And I'm also going to create an outside ring rail here. And I'm going to change this guy up a little bit. I think I'll make it into a Euro shank. And I'm going to increase the height of it just a little bit here. And once I'm done, I'll press enter. And now we can go ahead and use the Gems on Channel dynamic command. And you'll see it's going to ask me to select my inside rail. Well, it's going to be my ring rail here. And then I'm going to select my outside ring rail. And here you'll see what it will produce is some very quick geometry. You'll see there are these 5 shared prong stones here with a shank. Now you'll notice there's an opening here at the very bottom. What I'm going to do is just adjust the metal position all the way back to where it intersects with the other side of the shank there. And that way it just ensures that my object is watertight. So here you'll see we can make any adjustments here to the width of the shank on the bottom. We can also make any changes to the top of the shank. And we can also adjust the size of the stones and the size of the prongs. Because right now we are currently in the General tab. So we're going to have overall control of the Gems in Channel dynamic command. Now if we go to the Gems tab, you'll see that now we can go into more finite control of our gems. We can kind of reduce size here if we wanted to. We can also adjust the count toggle. So let's say we want to turn that off. And now what we'll have is the position toggle. So you'll see that we can now make adjustments to where we want our stones to stop relative to the position. Instead of telling it that we want 5 stones, we want there to be stones from this position here, position 01, to position 0.359 here. And we can also choose to have tapers. So here you see we can make adjustments to the taper control. So let's say we want these to be a little bit larger. Not too much larger. And you'll see them taper out real nicely. So let's maybe make those a little bit more dynamic there. Let's make them 1.9 millimeters. And there you see that the band will kind of increase in size as well to accommodate those stones. And we can also choose to do the same to have a taper on the end as well. Now if we go into the metal, we can now choose the metal overlap here and also determine the wall width thickness here. So we can kind of increase this value to make the walls thicker along the gems here, just to provide a little bit more metal. We can also adjust the start width as well, and also the end width. And you'll also see that we can also choose to close off the sweep if we needed that to be sealed off there. And there's also a control to get the depth from the gems here, or the channel depth. We can also choose to go in here and make any adjustments to the prongs as well. One thing we definitely need to do is make sure that prongs meshed is toggled off whenever we're ready to press enter to complete the commands. That way we can do our booleans at the very end. And here you'll see we have very familiar prong controls that you'll see from the prong placer. So we can change the profile of the prongs to these squares if we wanted to. Or we can change these to be bar prongs so we don't have to worry about the profile. And here we can make any adjustments that we need to the bar prongs at the very bottom. So these are all options that you can definitely manipulate and play with, and just get a feel for what Gems in Channel can really do.